Thank you, Chairwoman Fox and Ranking Member Scott. I move to strike the last word.
You're recognized.
Thank you. I appreciate the bipartisan approach to drafting a Stronger Workforce for America Act. I know that at least the three of us, Ranking Member Scott and Chairwoman Fox and myself, were at the bill signing for the last Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act in 2014, and it's long overdue for an update. Each time this committee has met to discuss workforce development, this Congress, we've been focused, we've been bipartisan and productive, and it's evident that those hearings set the stage for the careful negotiations that resulted in this needed reauthorization for the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. So thank you to the staff on both sides of the aisle for their work helping to craft this legislation that will help millions of American workers and families. Investments in developing, upscaling, and reskilling our workforce are essential to economic security and growing the middle class. As President Biden has said, we need to grow the economy from the bottom up and the middle out. As existing industries and jobs transform and as new industries emerge and as our workforce diversifies, we need supportive resources and wraparound services in place to provide workers with the training and resources they need to be successful. And a Stronger Workforce for America Act provides these supports, and I will be supporting the bill. This legislation expands access to funding for skills development services for displaced workers through flexible individual training accounts. It reaffirms the strength of partnerships between schools, colleges, and employers to create or improve programs that connect students with high-skill, high-wage, or in-demand careers and meet the needs of local employers. And importantly, it strengthens opportunities for students and workers to participate in work-based learning aligned with their career pathway so they can learn new skills and attain a relevant credential while earning a living wage. I'm appreciative that this bill includes provisions from my bipartisan Access to Career Counseling for Every Secondary Student, or Access Act, which I introduced with Representative G.T. Thompson. The Access Act increases public awareness and access to career counseling about high-skill, high-wage, or in-demand industries or sectors for youth served by WIOA programs. Northwest Oregon is home to many critical industries, including clean energy and semiconductors, that are growing in large part because of significant investments passed last Congress. The inclusion of a new permitted set-aside in the bill for states to support skills development in critical industries will support the creation of thousands of new jobs in the district I'm honored to represent, and it will provide community colleges, workforce development boards, and other training providers with the support and guidance they need to prepare workers to fill high-demand industries. I understand that bipartisan negotiations, especially under budgetary constraints, can result in difficult compromises on both sides of that aisle, and to that end, I'm disappointed that my bipartisan bicameral Builds Act to provide dedicated grant funding for industry or sector partnerships was not included in the Stronger Workforce for America Act. This legislation, bipartisan legislation, supports the development of stronger industry and sector partnerships, access to high-quality work-based learning and registered apprenticeship programs, and access to wraparound services that will improve the likelihood of successful completion in workforce development programs. I'm hopeful that the Builds Act or some form of sector partnership funding crosses the finish line as part of a WIOA reauthorization by the end of Congress. So the Stronger Workforce for America Act will make a meaningful difference in people's lives, and that's what our constituents sent us here to do. So thank you again, Chair and Ranking Member, and your staff for this work on your work on this bill, and I yield back.